I'm a huge people pleaser, like huge. I mean, and it stops me from making decisions all the time and has for my life. The irony is that I've lived a life where the decisions that I have, or the life that I have led is actually something that most people really decide. I was an actress, I was a singer, then I was a television producer, then I moved my life into finance and into financial services, and I had a baby on my own, and I did all of these things. And the truth is that I'm awful at making these decisions. I'm terrible at it. And I'll tell you even more of a secret. When I was acting, I had a big audition and I didn't get it. And I got feedback, and it was that I was afraid to take a risk. And for an actor, when you go out on stage, you take a risk by making a choice about who that person is. And I didn't even know what they meant until I was 35 and I was married and pursuing a career and supporting my family and supporting a greater goal than my own and trying to have a baby with my ex-husband. And the marriage wasn't going so well anyway. And he said, I don't think I want to have any children. And I said, okay. And he said, okay, what? And I said, okay, you can go. And that was the first decision I've ever made in my entire life. And I say this, and I say this about boundaries because there are so many pieces, so many elements that I hold, that we hold, that do not allow us to even understand what our boundaries are yet, or the decisions around what we do want. And as I said, I've changed my career, I've changed my relationships, I've changed my entire life, really. I mean, even trying to have her took me 12 years and 4 years on fertility to have my daughter, which I finally did. And she's 6 and she's beautiful and healthy and everything. But had I not had that clarifying moment of knowing what I wanted, my life would have been very, very, very different. And my life now, even if I still can't, I go to Starbucks, I know exactly what I'm going to order. And I still look at the menu every time, because I just feel like I need to know all the options. But the truth is, in order to hold the boundaries, in order to move forward in your life, in order to make a big, meaningful change, make a big, meaningful decision in your life, you need to have an idea about your values. And I don't mean values like good or bad. I mean, what you're about. Family is a big value for me, And I say all of this because, we're a week away from Thanksgiving in the United States, and we're a week away from the end of the year. And we've got a new year coming. And regardless of whether you are, linear or woo-woo, right? I'm kind of in the middle. This is a big deal. This is an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity to revive, to refresh, and to sort of start anew. And people start doing New Year's resolutions now. And I used to do New Year's resolutions, and generally the New Year's resolution was to lose 10 pounds, right? Like that was my New Year's resolution every year. And at some point, I stopped because I make decisions all the time. Because I got into my body how? Because I understood who I am, and it gave me the tools, and this is really important, to move forward with the decisions I make, because they were important enough and necessary enough, and I was clear enough on how to make them. So once I decided to have my child, I knew how that felt. So I was able to say, this is not supporting me, I want to change my career. I was able to say, I want to run a marathon. Doesn't matter why. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of it. I want to run it. And I did. It made me realize that I am worth knowing who I am, putting in the time and the work, and then moving forward. And with the new year coming around, this is the time to make some decisions around how you want the new year to be. This is where you set your intentions. This is where you strategize what you want your life to look like, so you can live with intention, so you can change with intention, so you can have joy while making big changes. So I offer this. You have between, it's the 21st of November till December 31st. I ask that you sit down and look at your values. And I'm going to tell you real fast a quick trick. Go to Google and Google value system and see what comes up. Just look at the list. And for 10 minutes, go through and pick out every single one you want. And then 5 minutes after that, go through that list and pick out 3 to 5, because we really only have 3 to 5. And sit down and look at those 3 to 5, and then go through what you're thinking you want in the new year and say, are those goals aligned with the values that I have, that I want for myself, that are important for me now? And if they're not, if you're being dictated by somebody else's desire, somebody else's happiness, somebody else's need, or somebody else's value system, I challenge you, I offer it to you, and I invite you to breathe into it and be true to yourself and refocus onto you, so you will be able to be aligned with your own values and transition into the person you want to be.